Hi guys. Right, this is a quick tip video. So this whole project that I'm working on, this is it's an experiment where I get to work with other creators. If you're a creator in the tabletop hobby sphere, on Tabletop, would like to hear from you. We're reaching out to build a network of creators, and we're opening up channels on Tabletop where you can embed your stuff into the on Tabletop platform and link it into the various games databases and stuff like that that we have going on. There's no exclusivity, nothing else. You run your channels on your YouTube. This is just about providing you additional traffic. And for the viewers and for people that visit on Tabletop, it gives them a plethora of more content that's connected into the various games and stuff that they love. As part of that, we're trying to see what we can do to help creators. Now, as many of you'll know, on Tabletop has been in the business now for quite a long number of years. 2008, I think, we kicked off this whole project. So in on Tabletop, I've been lucky enough as one of the presenters to have folk there that have handled all of the kind of the tech side of things. So other folk within the company like Lloyd and Justin have been at the forefront of our equipment, installing the equipment, setting up the studios, doing all of the editing, all of the kind of the motion graphics and things like that. So I decided whenever we were kicking off the creators network that we're slowly putting together to eat our own dog food a little bit. So I've launched this mini channel to allow me to try and get a feel for the challenges that creators would face. So I'm trying to do it on as low a budget as I can. So in terms of software and technology, where possible, I'm aiming to use free and open source technology. All our guys are all using Adobe suites and stuff like that. Nah, I'm not going with any of that. I'm going to try and do stuff for free. So everything that I'm using, I'm pulling together bits and pieces that are for free. So I record into OBS. So I've got a couple of quick tips for you. This is an OBS DaVinci Resolve issue that I ran into yesterday when I was making a little video about a Ratman army. It was my first video, so I just wanted to touch on a couple of the fixes that I did, okay, and a couple of the changes. And some of these changes I've discussed in the Discord. So if you're a creator, we have a little kind of workspace in our Discord where the creators can get together and share tips. So I've been talking to some of the guys in there. So I want to first talk about the settings that I use in the actual in OBS itself. There's just one important one that's worth talking about. So let me see if I can move to a screen. So ignore that. That is DaVinci Resolve. What I want to show you guys is this screen here. Okay, so this is the settings panel for OBS. And if you go to output, what I have set up or what I have set is high quality medium file size, and the recording format is MKV. This is Matroska. It's basically just what the video file is packaged up in. Now the reason for running with MKV is, like anybody else, I don't have necessarily the highest quality equipment and stuff at home. So, and I like to blether a bit, which means my videos can stretch on. And if it crashes, if it was recorded to MP4 or MOV, that would be pretty much unrecoverable. But apparently, and I've had them confirm this in the Discord chat with me, MKV packaged up video can be recovered in the event of a crash. That's a good thing. However, none of our guys behind the scenes and on tabletop have used MKV for ages. And the reason for that was it just wasn't natively supported by a lot of the software that they work with. And in fact, until very recently, it just hasn't really been natively supported, which meant a whole pile of remuxing of taking an MKV file and then turning it back into an MP4 file so it can be imported into Premiere Pro or whatever it was they were using. However, I am using this. This is DaVinci Resolve by Blackmagic. It's a free nonlinear editor, so it's a free NLE. And I've got to say, I'm very quickly falling in love with this app. I really am. So it's got a load of different areas. So you have your media area where you can sort the various bits of media that you're going to use for your files. You can kind of cut it together. Basically here, I rarely use this screen. I mostly just work in the edit screen. It has an app, a very powerful app called Fusion, which I haven't even started to look at yet. But this is basically your Adobe After Effects kind of thing where you can do various kind of multi-layer 3D kind of effects. Do you know what? I'll have a look at that further down the line. You can then do your color coding or your color correction. Again, I haven't had a lot of time to use this bit yet because I'll be honest, my entire usage of DaVinci Resolve until now has been based in Fairlight, okay? And Fairlight is the built-in audio editor within the app. And I actually use Fairlight for the processing of my little weekly radio show that I do in Discord. I do a live radio show just to our Discord community members. We listen to some good tunes. We have some good crack. And yeah, that's I process it all in Fairlight. So this one app is pretty much taking care of my entire media needs at the moment. And it's free. It's completely free. There's a paid version, but I seriously doubt you are going to run into the scenario where, as a creator, you're going to need the paid version, because I haven't, and so far, I just don't see where you would need it. Okay, so kudos to the guys at Blackmagic. It's a lovely, lovely app, right? But it crashes like hell. Okay, so I have a couple of quick tips for you for this combo of OBS and DaVinci Resolve. I was really struggling to render out just this little video. So this video had a video track. There was a few cuts where I fixed some audio issues where I had doubled up on an audio track in OBS, and so I needed to scale it back. And then I just dropped in a few photographs. There is nothing in that video that really should have been causing it to crash. However, DaVinci Resolve is a little bit picky, but you can tell it to calm down. So the two settings I'm going to show you is up to the playback menu, render cache. That was originally set to none for me. I have now set that to smart. And basically what that's doing is it's whenever you're playing through things, it's caching those elements. And I believe that might even help whenever it comes to rendering. The other setting, and this is the game changer, this is the one that stopped the error and stopped the render fails, is you go to DaVinci Resolve, Preferences, and then go to User. So it'll probably open up in the system side. Click on User, and here, this setting here, stop renders when a frame or clip cannot be processed. We don't want to stop the renders. We want the render to continue on. So turning that off, click Save, and that should, in theory, solve that issue. So that is my quick tip of today. I love sharing tips with you guys. It's another little part of this whole channel experiment. Reach out to me. Let me know if there's any other little settings or tweaks that I can be doing for the OBS DaVinci Resolve combo that we're working on. Okay, guys. See you soon.